Around 2, around 3, around 4, in the net, score!
He cuts in the front.
Awkward play. Big hit by Long.
Away when they needed a damage. And
No, Michigan score!
Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to the PHL Winter Tournament.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Long. Tonight, soloing in the booth, we have some more PHL Winter Tournament action, as you heard from Topher Claus himself. Tonight, it is the Kokomo Dynamo, place not too far away from me, not to dox myself, versus one of my favorite logos, honestly, in color schemes, the West Coast Wildlife. Speaking of the West Coast Wildlife, these guys, as we'll see in a minute, they're rocking their WCPL jerseys tonight. So the first ever crossover event, you could call it, in the PHL. Love those jerseys, by the way. Shout out to Miku. I believe he's the one who made them, but it could be wrong. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. But those jerseys look sick, and they'll be playing the Kokomo Dynamo in red tonight. So it's going to be a great matchup. It is a best out of 3 here. Just tell them we're ready to go whenever. It's a best out of 3 matchup. These two teams, both very, very solid teams in their division. I forget which festively themed division they're in. I know it's not the Claws because I play in the Claws, but it's one of those divisions, and there's some very, very good teams with a wide variety of skill range on them, and it's super fun to see that. That's one of the most fun things about this tournament. But these two teams, we got the Dynamo. They just joined the lobby here, so I'm guessing they're going to warm up a bit, and then we should be ready to rock and roll. A couple of players to look out for on the Dynamo. We'll start with them. It's Dalf, and I believe Zub is on this team as well. Can't forget about Marc-Andre Pinky. 3 guys that are probably the glue guys for this team. Just highly skilled players, all kind of more on the defensive side, so I'm eager to see kind of who generates offense on this team. I know they have Zaza as well, and Bluski has a very fiery shot, so very well-balanced team for Kokomo. And for the other side, it's a little more interesting with the West Coast Wildlife, with some newer faces in the PHL, Matvey Michkov and Marcus. Both took a D3 chip home in Season 2. It's their first time in the PHL, and they come from WCPL. They're quite good. Oh, what's up, dude? How are you doing today?
I am doing phenomenally. How about you? I apologize for my tardiness.
The jump scare, you're good.
But it appears we will have 2 commentators tonight with me at joining as color. How you doing, Log? I missed a little bit. I apologize.
I'm hanging in there, and you joined at the right time talking about Matvey and Marcus. What do you got to say about them as players as you played with them on your team to win a championship?
A lot of Matvey, obviously being the MVP, very well deserved in my eyes. I think what the strength was for that team is a lot of them basically play any role. They could drop back, they could make a play like that, but clearly we're going into the. Let's get it started.
Let's do it. It's Michkov with the puck, number 39, in the wildlife zone. They'll spin it out. No one there to collect that, though. Damocles will chase it. He was a D2 finalist in Season 2, had a great finals run, but just didn't get the chip. Lost to the Schuylkill Channel Cats. Dalfan, harassed by a Canadian. Canadian name I'm not familiar with. I'm not sure if it's an alias or a player I've never seen, but here comes Marcus. Marcus cutting in over the blue line, taken away by Pinky. Great shadow defense, and Michkov will send it deep. He's down low, harassed by Pinky again. Canadian there trying to fight for it. It goes around Damocles. Zaza there, number 14. Oh, he's back to 13, actually. So shout out to Zaza, back to his OG number after Season 2. Zaza with the puck in his own end. Behind Damocles, up to Dalfan. Dalfan fans on it. You don't see that very often. Zaza harassed by Canadian in the offensive zone for the Wildlife. They're in their blue and green WCPL threads tonight as Zaza takes the puck for the Dynamo. Drop the Pinky, sends it deep over Puff's net. And Miku sends it around back to Michkov. Miku playing skater tonight, so that's cool to see. You don't see that every day as it goes up to Marcus now.
Bit of
Marcus.
a reuniting game between a lot of D3 teams here.
Oh, goal!
Just as we're about to get started talking, there's a poked in goal right there.
See what happens there. It's the commentator's curse, Cat. Welcome back to the booth. As Marcus. Oh, that was a nice play.
It happened more than a number of times in the playoffs. It happened more than a number of times regularly, and it will still happen regardless. Commentator's curse. Death, taxes, and commentator's curse. Guaranteed things in life.
So the Wildlife get off to a 1-0 start. The Dynamo trying to respond. 2 shots by Pinky. Great saves on top of the crease by Puff. Delphin
Great
has
saves there to keep the team in it for the Wildlife to keep going with it.
Pinky, who just had 2 great scoring chances shut down by Puff. He's got room again. Shoots one over the goal. Had that shot placed. Zaza trying to keep it alive. The defense comes up with it, though. It's Canadian, number 15. Cross looking for Marcus. Marcus with speed, bumped by Beluski. And it's back out to Michkov. Wildlife up 1-0 in this game early in the first period. We're about halfway through now. Michkov will clear this out. Cross over to Canadian. Harassed by Delphin. Pinky will settle this down.
Not getting the shots they want, especially in the diversity of shots. Pinky's only gotten 2 shots. The rest of the team doesn't following suit, so we'll see what happens here.
Delphin, great handles, but just lost it there. He's arguably one of the smartest players in puck, as many people say. He's just an absolutely goated playmaker, and we'll see what he can do in this game. Just overhandled the puck a little bit there, but it's still early as Pinky harassed by Marcus. Pinky will go same boards here. Zaza tries to bump her to the middle. Goes to Pinky, though. Pinky with speed. Will he get there before Mitch? He doesn't. And Michkov will send this back on the boards to Marcus. Marcus up looking for Canadian.
Stick tap to his GM from last year, just behind the net there. Good play.
Yeah, you're talking about some players reunited. It's always super cool to see that, especially in a tournament like this where it's just a wide range of skill range and players and how they play. It's super cool. So Beluski with it. He's down low, centering. What a play! Delphin hit the post, I believe.
Crossbar. That's any lower, and that's a guaranteed goal right there. But luckily, the Wildlife goalie gets to kiss the post for that one.
Shot by
thank his medal, and again, he thanks the medal there.
Deflected and off the post here. Michkov on his own end will clear this out. It's at center ice now, and the Dynamo will get this reset. Delphin. Nice moves by Delph. Frisbee shot in, swatted away by Puff. Delph picks it up. He's got great vision. Delphin with the puck. Left side of Puff. Looking for Pinky down low. The pass a little too slow. Delphin on the point recovers it. Takes a shot there. Off of a shoulder and up high. That shot had some purpose. But it's deflected away. Michkov will clear this out. Delphin picks it up. Good read. There's Delphin again blocked by Zaza. Same team there, guys. Unfortunate play there as Marcus will get this out for the Wildlife. Canadian cradles the puck. Here he comes with some room. Nice move. Shoots. Blocked and goes wide. Marcus has it. He'll try and
Dynamo
keep it in.
Goalie gets to breathe a little bit on that shot and just let the play come back to him.
And now Puff will come out to play this before Pinky ever has a chance to get it. And it's all the way back to Dynamo end.
Play by Puff.
Very.
Clear that up there.
Dynamo trying to get a fast play going here. It's Zaza. The puck just a little too far. Beluski's there. He can have a clean shot. Oh, he fans on it. And Pinky lets it rip. And he throws it to the slot. But that'll do it for the first period.
Not a very high shooting period. Only 2 shots for the Dynamo and 1 for the Wildlife. It seems to be mostly just a case of missed shots on the plays they're.
Face off for the second period. They 50 it. Delphin grabs it though. Sends it up. Up there. A tip by Zaza. Goes wide. Now Michkov. He'll send it up and out. Marcus will chase it down. Delphin's there first. Marcus gets around and somehow Marcus, he can cut in. Pass to Canadian just wide. Great idea there. Miki will keep it in for the West Coast Wildlife. They're up 1-0. Just 1 shot on goal, and it's a goal. As Marcus is down low. Left it off for Canadian. All sorts of time to take that up. Centering to Marcus. Great stick by Bluesky, gets in the way of that, and it goes wide. Now Canadian has it. To his backhand. Cuts back in. Great stick by Bluesky again. Bluesky, one of the uncles of the PHL, as some would say, as he is shockingly not on a team called Barbecue Chicken, as that man is Barbecue Chicken sometimes. Much love, though, to him. Shot there, saved by Damocles.
Damocles just flexing his stick muscles and batting out Vladimir Guerrero Jr. out.
Dalfan with some room. Tries to tee it up. Shot goes wide. Pinky's there on the opposite side. Down low. Throws the puck in the air. Not far enough, though, and Canadian will chase this down. Got Zaza on his right. Zaza harasses him. Shot there wide of Damocles. Also very close to that corner, though. Dalfan has it. Bumped by Canadian. Dalfan hangs on. He's in his own end. Looks for options. Goes up. Got Pinky in deep. Here comes Pinky. Can't get a stick on it. And the back check comes up big there for the Wildlife. Zaza trying to get around Miku. He's got a step. He centers. Good stick by Marcus. Bluesky picks that up on the point for the Dynamo. Trying to play it off the boards past Michkov, but he can't. And Delfan will take it back. Hill, Michigan. U-turn there. Backhand around the defender. He's bumped, though. And Marcus has it for the Wildlife. Nice move. Marcus, one-on-one, is sticked away and back to the end of Puff. He'll play this one, send it all the way out to center. Finds Michkov with some room. Michkov cutting in, blocked by Zaza with the skate. The skates are invisible, but they are hitbox from time to time as Bluesky has it. Here comes Bluesky. Picked up a great cross pass. Another pass there, swatted away by Puff. And his team comes back the other way. Canadian. 2 minutes 20 remaining in period 2. Canadian, a shot tipped in front. Never went on goal, I don't think. And Pinky will try and clear this across. He can't, but he gets it back. Pinky, number 0. Marc-Andre Pinky, a shot saved by Puff. And he'll get that out of danger. Pinky trying to collect it. He can't. It's back to center. Just under 2 minutes remaining now in period 2 of game 1. This best of 3 series. Winner will go to the winner's bracket, and the loser will go to the redemption bracket, where they'll have another chance against a different team in their division. Bluesky has it in his own end. Sends it up right by the PHL Santa Claus logo. Marc-Andre Pinky has it. Good read by Pinky. Chips it over the stick of Canadian. Delfan there, but the puck does not get to him. And Zaza, number 13, will recover. Same board pass. Pinky bumpers. Just missed his trailer, though. And Zaza will step on that. Harassed by Canadian. Pinky goes around. That's where it's going to go. Bluesky's there to pick it up. Oh, he tried to send it deep for Pinky, but missed it. And now Michkov reads that. Michkov, pass to Marcus. He scores!
I mean, what can you say? This is just a really good open area by Canadian. Comes in. Marcus just coming in along the slot and just managing the pass right. That's a beautiful pass by Michkov and a better capitalization by Marcus.
2-0 is your score for the Wildlife in game 1 here. Just their 4th shot on net. A shot there by Zaza, batted away by Michkov. And it's in deep. Their team up 2-0 here. Puff will slide to his right. Didn't need to, though. Maybe read that wrong. Could have been a chance there. Marcus will harass Delfan. Great pickup by Marcus. Here comes Marcus. Shoots one. Stopped by Damocles. Big save for the Dynamo. Bluesky is
definitely keeping them in it for this one.
It's Delfan getting the rush going for his team. Up to Pinky. Tipped on goal. Puff. Great save down low. And Canadian back the other way for the Wildlife. They lead 2-0 here. 15 to go in period 2 of game 1. Drop the Canadian. Down low. Picked up by Bluesky. 10 to go. A pass off the boards and too far. Puff will play it. 3 seconds in the period, and that is going to do it for period 2. 2-0 is your score in favor of the Wildlife.
You'd think the Dynamo would be a little bit more explosive, but so far they haven't really had their fuse lit. I mean, you look at the Wildlife. their strategy going forward is probably just going to be to hibernate and keep their score as it is, and hopefully we'll see some more offense from the Dynamo period.
Delphan stick handling on the boards, lost it. A little bit of a slow start for Delphan, but sometimes it just takes a minute to get going here. He's banging a stick for the puck. He sends it in. Long shot! Score! Called it.
Really good tone to set and an explosive one in the first few seconds of the period. Just launches this all the way down and gets the right angle. Great move by Dalf and great angle. That's going to be like a near impossible save. Just a
beautiful goal indeed. And that puck going through the air was quite literally like a saucer. I mean, that was perfect. That was insane. And Dalfan gets on the board. We jinx him in the right way here. Canadian, though, back the other way. Shot goes wide of Damocles. What a great chance for the Wildlife there. Would have been a back-breaking goal, but it's still 2-1 here. Plenty of time left if you're the Dynamo. Here comes Blumski. Stopped by Puff. Cross to Delph.
Dynamo definitely woken up after an intermission, likely from Pinky and the others. They're looking red hot right now.
Pinky harassed by Canadian. Back to Bluski. Number 28 for the Dynamo. Just under 4 minutes remaining in this period. Delphan picks it up. He'll step over the blue line. He's got room. Pass to Pinky! Scores!
Oh my goodness. That's a great pass to Pinky in the right place in the back door. I want to say, yeah, look at the Dolph coming up and just manages to get that off, and Pinky just gets that top corner. Great shot, and it's tied game.
Okay, you would be right. That is a tie game for the Dynamo. Now leading shots as well, 7-5. As you mentioned, no pun intended, they have exploded here in this third period. And we got ourselves a hockey game. Delphan tries to spin around pass off of Canadian stick, though, but it's up to Zaza. Drop, maybe not on purpose, as Miku's back the other way. He'll chip it up to Canadian, but Bluski picks it off. Pinky and Zaza on the left side there. Zaza passed out to Bluski over the blue line, but sticked away by the Wildlife. Great catch by Delphan there.
5 shots and 90 seconds for the Dynamo is definitely showing where their heads are at right now.
Delphan with the puck. Shot one. Save! Tipped in front, maybe by his own teammate there. And Puff will try and clear it. He fans on it. Shot there, save. Puff way out of the crease. The shot goes wide.
That's a crazy breakdown of a play. That's unfortunate by Puff, but he manages to get the save somehow.
And that second or third attempt, I don't know what it was, just maybe an inch away from the goal there. Or at least the goal post, as Delphan will chase this down in his own end. Marcus close behind him. Bluski picks that up. Bank off the same boards up to his Green Goblin teammate Zaza. Across to Pinky. Now Pinky can step over the blue line. He's got a shot. Shoots one off a stick, I believe, of the Wildlife. And with just over 2 minutes remaining in period 3, we are tied at 2. Not trying to jinx us, Sally, but there was a quadruple overtime last night. I was unfortunately a part of that contest. But it was a long night, as there were plenty of deliberations and delays because of the rules. And it was I believe it was an over 2-hour stream. I could be wrong, I gotta check, but that was a long night for the boys. Shout out to Coochie and Chief Key for doing that one. It was a long night, but hopefully I'm not jinxing us here. We are still tied at 2 at the moment.
This has been a game of momentum between these two teams. The Wildlife looked great through 2 periods, and now the Dynamo have just kind of exploded.
Look out here!
Oh my god, as we say, and momentum's going to be the big factor here. So it's either Dynamo are going to get this here, or they're going to carry it into overtime if it ends up happening. But we will see.
Couple shots there by Bluski. A great chance by Uncle Bluski there. Just couldn't put that in. Puff was scrambling in the crease. And now Marcus back the other way. Mishandled it. The pressure and momentum starting to get to the Wildlife here, you'd think. As you don't see Marcus mishandle that. A shot. A saucer. Beautiful shot there. Goes wide. Canadian with it. Pass right to the tape of Marcus, but a little too hard. Mitchkov steps in. Here comes Mitchkov. Far side shot. Saved by Damocles. A good one. Now Canadian down low, harassed by Delphin. Delphin, he takes a tumble and bangs into the goal there. Might want to get checked out in the locker room after this period. Delphin, though, or Zaza,
An
excuse me.
ice pack and some bandages after that one.
Shot there, stopped by Puff. Short side save by Puff there, and Marcus, his teammate, back the other way for the Wildlife. 30 to go in period 3 of game 1. If you're just joining us, it's the best out of 3. We are in the first game here. Zaza over the blue line, shot deflected by Marcus, going high into the right of Puff. Delphin plays it. Canadian tries to take it. He can't. Off the same boards. Delphin there again. Marcus with it. Marcus, great play off the board. Shoots one. Save! Swatted away by Damocles.
This one is going to overtime. And as I am hearing a bit of PTSD in your breath right now.
Yeah, maybe more than PTSD here, as definitely not a low shooting game either. 10-6 is pretty solid for 3 periods. Nothing crazy, but as we are actually going to pause, I guess, here. I don't know if they can pause. Do we need... So we had a instance like this happen last night. I believe it stays 4-on-4 in this, skater-wise, in this best of 3. I believe the 3-on-3 was only for the first week, but I could be wrong. Last night with the leftovers and the Eagles, we played a 3-on-3 period, then we switched back to 4-on-4 in overtime. I don't really know. But we're starting a new game here. As it's up to Zub. We're in OT here. Looks like they're going to 3-on-3, so who knows at this point. Delphin goes across. And Pinky will chase this down. Michkov. Zub will take a swing. Zub's out there now, actually. He has not played at all until tonight, so that's an interesting change being made there by the red squad here. Zub has it in his own end. The Dynamo. Up to Delphin. This is a powerful overtime unit here for the Dynamo. Zub and Delphin out there with Pinks.
Got to get your top 3 players on in overtime. That's a strategy. You
Here's
got more
Pinks!
room and you got more space.
Great vision there by Delphin, but just missed Pinks. Marcus back the other way. Got Zub spinning for it. Marcus drops it. Michkov. This is going to be a great 3-on-3 here. Now Canadian crosses up Pinky. Canadian down low. Canadian, Michigan attempt swatted away. And we're back at center ice. I'm very curious right now because they did restart the game technically, but our shot.
I think it's more so we're getting first goal wins as they had to.
Yeah,
they had to restart.
Our shot clock should have reset. I'm happy it didn't, but I just hope it's not broken for later. So Pinky now.
Let's hope. Yes.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Maybe just restart the game, but it's all right. Shot there, stopped by Damocles. Delphin picks up the rebound. Off the invisible glass there, and it's back to center ice here. Michkov will play it for the West Coast Wildlife. Sends it deep, no one there. Canadian will chase it down. This is a really entertaining 3 skaters here we have for both teams. The Dynamo with 3 very talented PHL players. And, these 3 guys out there for the Wildlife are some of the most talented players in the WCPL. So super cool to see this crossover here. Marcus with it. Centers for Canadian. Put it wide. Now Zub will chase that down in his own end. Pink's trying to capture that. He can't, but Zub is there. Zub, number 2, the captain of the Dynamo, up to Delphin. Great catch. Delphin, he's got it. Drop to Zub. Zub tries to step in. Look out. 3 Dynamo are deep here. They back off as Michkov takes it for the Wildlife. 2-2 was your score here. This is an OT. As Michkov has it. Michkov sends in. Shoots off the goalpost. And the Dynamo will send this back the other way. Zub could be gone. Zub all alone. Save by Puff. Great save there. Michkov has it. Up to Marcus on the same boards behind their goalie. Back to Michkov, number 39 for the Wildlife. Zub will try and pinch that. They get around 2 here if they hurry. Canadian trying to pick it up. Marcus will turn up here. Canadian. He can take a shot here if he wants to. Oh, Zub will cut that off, though. Great defense by Zub. And now look out. Delphan could be gone. Puff's going to have to skate. He'll clear it out. And that's a stretch pass for Marcus. He's in! Oh, just wide of Damocles. Zub off the boards, and it goes all the way out back to center ice. Michkov in the first overtime here. He'll chip it up looking for Marcus, but they don't connect there. Pinky will go across to Zub. Bounces off a Zub stick. He still has it. Takes his shot. Wide a Puff. They battle on the boards here. Dalfan. Canadian picks it up. It's Canadian for the Wildlife. They'll get this reset. It's at center here. Up to Marcus. Harassed by Zub. Marcus gets her on 1. Tries to throw to the front. Damocles will swat that away. 30 seconds remaining in overtime 1. A little U-turn there is taken away by Dalfan, number 92. Here comes Dalf. Handling the puck on the boards. He's got Pinky on the blue line. Zub will pick it up, though. 15 to go in the first OT. Zub, great power move. He can shoot it. Looking for Dalfan back door. Great defense by the Wildlife, though. Now a shot there in front. Sticked away by Michkov. 3 seconds to go. That's going to do it for the first overtime.
Pretty balanced so far, but still a pretty offensively focused overtime, and we'll see where it goes from here, but could go either way, really.
Could very much go either way here. Face off now. You see me twin out there for the Dynamo. I forget who that is. I'm trying to remember. I think it's Pylon, but I could be wrong. Who knows at this point? As there, the shot counter resets. Obviously, it shouldn't, but they did restart the game to get this overtime. So, our apologies for that. As Zub has it. Zub takes his shot. Saved by Puff. Rebound. Delphan was there. And it goes wide. Michkov. Up to Canadian. He's got speed here. Canadian cuts in. Lets it go. Saved by Damocles. They battle on the boards. Pylon King will get that to center. Marcus now. He'll do a U-turn. Dalfan harasses him. Bumped off by Delph. Michkov has it in deep. Michkov drops Canadian. Shot one blocked by Dalfan. And it goes to the left face-off circle. Marcus is there. Keeps it alive for the Wildlife. Nice pass. Canadian picks it up. Can't let it go, though. Michkov has it. Great read. Michkov shoots wide at Damocles. Now we're back at center ice here. Back the other way. Here come the Dynamo in the 3-on-3. Zub stepping in. Rips one off the side of the goal. And around to the defender, Michkov. Out of his own end here. He's got Canadian on his left. Michkov stepping in to Canadian. Great block there by Pylon King. I hope it's Pylon King. That's going to be very awkward if I'm wrong about that. Zub back the other way. Cross pass. Delphan with some room to rip it. He shoots. Stopped by Puff. Great save. Now across to Marcus. Marcus in his own end. Getting things reset for the Wildlife here. Zub tries to pick that off. He can't. Here comes Canadian. He could be gone. He is. On Damocles. Scores!
Fantastic breakaway by Canadian for the Wildlife, and just absolutely buries it on a perfect opportunity to take as much time as he needs. That's a really bad breakdown for the Dynamo, and a great play by Canadian.
That is a massive, massive win for the Wildlife. In game 1, we're going to have a face-up, but it's not going to be a real one as we head back to warm-up. That was a 3-2 West Coast Wildlife win. Ali, what do you want to see from the Dynamo to get this series back?
Pretty much play exactly how they did in the third period and the 2 overtime periods. They looked really, really slow. Their shooting percentage and shooting was not ideal in the first 2 games, especially with the number of shots and the quality of shots they were having. It was not conducive to a winning team, and then they just turned the lights on and made it happen. It's gonna be interesting to see. So whether that momentum carries over, whether they continue with the offense they had in the last 3 periods, excuse me, compared to the Wildlife, who are, I don't want to say a bit more average, but I think they're it's kind of a ceiling versus floor methodology, if you will. I think the
Right,
ceiling and
like
the
that.
floor are pretty close for the Wildlife, whereas the ceiling and the floor are higher and lower respectively for the Dynamo, from what we saw.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it here. As we are in warm up here, getting ready for game 2. Remember, it's a best out of 3 here. If you're just joining us, the Wildlife took the first game in overtime. 3-2 is your score. And they lead this series 1-0. Of course, if you lose the series, you're not out. You're just in the redemption bracket, where you will have a long, treacherous journey to win the tournament there. It's still possible for any redemption team. And we'll see here if some subs are being made. I'm not entirely sure. Pinky left. We do have Pylon King still out there. Blueski and Zaza on the bench. You can only imagine those two are playing together. They have great chemistry. They're on the same EIS team, a very good EIS team, from what I've heard. And we'll see what the lines are for these games. Again, we'll take a look. Looks like the Wildlife are going to stay the same for the most part. Just those 5 players out there. Miku staying a skater in this game. That's awesome to see. Taking some water in here as we enjoy the scenery. As this, love this. I'm not sure who made this scenery, but it's great. It's not official PHL scenery, but we're using it anyway. It looks badass for the winter tourney here. Looks like the Wildlife are ready to go. We'll see if the visitors here, the Dynamo, are ready.
Oh, looks like the Dynamo are also ready, and here we go. See what happens here.
One more vote to go. I could use that. Oh my god. Okay, it popped. Sweet. There we go. His face-off is underway here. Wildlife lead the series 1-0 here. Could buy a ticket to the winner's bracket. Marcus is gone early in the game. Saved by Milk. Great stop there.
Dynamo having to go on the defensive already this early is not how they probably wanted to start it. They've been known for their explosive starts right here, and they've gotten good results from it. Not ideal so far.
So I'm not sure Milk's an E-sub in this, or if he's actually on the Dynamo team here. Shot there by Zub. It's funny though, because this Wildlife team is, mainly West Coast players. They quite literally have the WCPL jerseys on, and Milk, one of the best WCPL goalies, is playing on the opposite team. So it's got to be a fun challenge for him tonight, playing
Milk
against his comrades.
Is officially their backup, I believe.
Oh,
yep, on their roster. Milk is a backup.
Well, this will be a fun game for him. We hope in the booth here. So Zub has it. Down low, cuts in. Delphin back door, but he still has it. On the point, stick handles. Flashy moves there, but Canadian beats him out. Here comes Canadian. Steps free. Let's it go. Around Milk there. Missed the net. Great back check there. He had to fight everything. Keep everything he had to get around the back checkers. Nearly scored another breakaway goal as he just scored one in an OT. And it's sent all the way back to Milk zone. Taps it up to Delphin. Little soft though. Canadian's in for the Wildlife. He's in, cuts in. Forehand shot stopped by Milk. Rebound. Second shot goes wide. Now he banks it off the boards. Marcus looking for it. He swings at it. And Pinky will clear this out right at the blue line there. Zub has it. He lost it. Now Marcus turns. Here comes Marcus. Nice pass. Mitskov just missed it. Would have been a great chance there. Great play. Just didn't connect all the way. Pinky will clear this out. Delphin there. Hard pass there. Just missed Zub. Taken away by Mitskov, who lost it. Look out. Zub with some room. It's going to be a 1-on-4. He's going to have to pass the puck here. Pinky takes it. They can't settle it down, and it's back to the Dynamo zone. Delphin in his own end. Get things going here for the Dynamo. Zub across to Pylon King, swats at it. But the defense comes up big there. Delphin picks it up though. In the neutral zone. Delphin stepping in, got Pinky back door. Pinky's looking for a round here. Delphin hangs on. Looking for Pylon King. Trailer shot goes wide, a puff. And it's sent to center ice here. Cross pass there for the Wildlife. Doesn't find anyone. Marcus will chase it down for him. Zub's there first. Delphin picks it up. Nice pass to Pylon. He sends it up and out. Pinky there. Pinky deep. Shoots one. Save by Puff. Another great save by him. Now Zub. Cross Delphin. He's there. Back across to Pylon. Doesn't connect. Pylon down low with Delphin. One-timer taken away by Canadian. And he sends it around looking for Marcus here. Marcus chases that down in the O-zone. Zub harasses Marcus. Flips it up on the boards there. Can't make it happen, though, and Delphin back the other way. Plenty of Delphin fans. Oh, my God, that's hard to say. Delphins, I guess we can say, are in the audience tonight here. I see y'all. And Zub will drop it. Delphin on the point. Plenty of fans in the audience here. Delphin, nice move.
Fans.
Delph something, and it'll be around back to Zub here. He's got Delphin with him. Delphin bumps Mitchkov. Now Pinky on the point. Tees it up for Delphin. Oh, he fanned on it. And Canadian back the other way. This guy, as we have discovered in game one, he's dangerous. Here he comes. Canadian. Over the blue line. Shoots. Blocked away by Zub. Great stick. Pinks has it. Chips it back to Zub. Puck goes just by him. Miku will backward skate there and clear it out. They battle at center ice here. Pinky trying to capture it. Delphin's there, though. And now Pylon King has it. Pylon King, 2-on-1 if he hurries across. Zub doesn't quite get there, though. Delphin on the boards here. Chip pass up looking for Pylon. Just a little too far, and we're back to center ice. It's Canadian with some room. Shot one wide of Milk. Shots just 2-1 in this game in favor of the Dynamo. 0-0 is your score. 10 seconds to go. Zub, number 2. For the Dynamo. He's going to tee a long one. Here it comes. Wide a Puff. Pylon trying to deflect that. And we are going scoreless into period 2 of game 2.
Pretty similar period to the first two. Just not first two of the first game, excuse me. In that it's not as explosive as it should be. And both teams are trying to kind of find their footing here.
It's up. Dynamo win the draw, and it's up to Pinky. He's down low, tries to center. No one there for a second, but Canadian rushes to aid his goalie. And it's all the way back to Delphin. Delphin stick handles. Sends it in, looking for a tip by Zub. Doesn't connect, though. And Marcus will get this going for the Wildlife. They battle at center. Zub trying to turn it around. Drop to Pylon just too hard, though, and Marcus... He's here for the Wildlife. Takes a shot and scores! What a shot!
Great start for the Wildlife. Marcus getting it top shelf there, just sending it up and making sure that it's a goal for his team.
That was a ripper. Oh, man.
Had some speed on it.
The Wildlife get a big goal in game 2, and they're up 1-0. What a shot that was, as Pylon King is going to try and get something going here for the Dynamo. Cross to Delphin on the blue line, sticked away by Marcus. Great stick there. Now Pylon King back to Milk. G-pass up to Zub. Zub will step in. Over the blue line, shot Delphin in! Save! What a stop by Puff. A shot by Delphin there. Miku will clear this out. The goal there, Marcus and Miku, the goalie with the primary assist. Of course, he's not playing goalie today, but he is a G skater, as some would say. So cool to see them get a primary assist and get on the board here. His team up 1-0 in game 2 here. Shot there, deflected in front and goes wide. Pylon King will clear this out, looking for Dalfan just too far, and Miku will collect this for the Wildlife. It's Michkov with the puck. Sends it up. Canadian looking to catch that. He doesn't. And Pylon King will get this going for the Dynamo again. The Kokomo Dynamo trying to get the rush going. That's a great pass. Dalfan there. Plenty of space. Back to Zoob. Let's it go. He couldn't get that off his stick. What a play. Just couldn't finish it.
Good last-minute rush by the Wildlife defender to just get his stick on there and not let Zoob get the shot off.
Now Milk will throw it to the slot there. Shot wide. No save needed from Puff, but he was ready. Back to Pylon King. Sends it back to Pinky. He's down low. Canadian has more speed. He'll get this out for the Wildlife. Sends it up to center. Marcus looking to get free. Great stick by Pylon King. But Canadian picks it up. Here he comes. A shot. He scores.
We're seeing similar sentiments to the first game. We've seen this story written, so wonder if it'll be the same thing again. But the Wildlife are up 2-0, and history has repeated itself. Far.
Face off here as the Wildlife go up 2-0 here. As you mentioned, Ali, grammar today. History could repeat itself here as we saw the Wildlife are up 2-0 in the first game as well. Still plenty of time here for Kokomo. Dalfan stepping in, over handles. Zoob thought about taking it. Now it goes to Zoob. They get all sorts of room. A shot there blocked by Michkov. And Zoob will try and get this back to Dalfan. He can't. Marcus chips it up, maybe to himself there, but a little too far. Here's Zoob. Rips one. Saved by Puff down low. And it's all the way back out to the Dynamo end. Rimmed around. The goal this time goes to Soap Canadian. The primary assist goes to Michkov. Here comes Canadian again. Blocked by Pylon King. Now it's back to Marcus. They try and get this out. They do. It's all the way back to Puff's end here for the Wildlife. They're up 2-0. Puff's going to take a sweet time here. Just over a minute remaining in period 2. Great catch by Michkov. Here he comes. Cutting in. Shot goes wide. Great move. Just sent it way wide. Now Marcus there. Bounces off the boards in a funny manner. And Pylon King has it for the Dynamo. Pylon King. Nice moves. Off the stick of Canadian. Pylon King. Another nice move there. Doesn't have the speed though. Pass to Pinky. Oh, just missed him. That would have been a sick play. As Pinky rips it around the boards here. Dalfan, number 92, picks it up. Back to Pinky. Centers Dalfan. Great stick by Miku. And Marcus will try and get this going for the Wildlife. Over the blue line. Michkov pauses here. Now he steps in the gas. Pinky behind him. Nice pass. Looking for Canadian. Doesn't get to him, but does get to Miku. He sends it in. Michkov down low. Canadian in the slot. Backhand. Picks it up. Saved by Damocles. And Miku in his own end. Damocles now stepping in for Milk in this game. In the crease as it's rimmed around to Zoob. Zoob there to Delph at center. Might get the Pylon King. It does. Pylon King. He's got speed. He can let it fly. Shoot. Save by Puff. Rebound. And that's going to do it for period 2. What a great final chance there for Pylon King and a better save by Puff.
We'll see if the Dynamo are repeating here in the third period with their explosiveness, but this could be it for them.
Shots 5-3 in favor of the Dynamo, but they're down 2, nearly down 3 there. Marcus put it wide. And Zoob will rim this way up to his partner Dalfan, former Halifax Hook in Season 1. And a champion that season, one of the best players in the ice for them. Up to Zoob now. Zoob all sorts of rim. An early goal would do them wonders. He scores! God, am I good at that.
And once again, in the first, I want to say 15, 20 seconds of the third period, the Dynamo get an early goal. And I feel like I'm in deja vu here.
We are good up here in the booth, aren't we? Yeah, we are good at the curse.
Some sort of Freaky Friday going.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Tuesday.
It's too far away from Friday, man. Don't get me started. Don't remind me as Pylon King has the puck in his own end. A game very reminiscent of game 1 so far, as you mentioned, partner. Delphin now. Here he comes. Looking for Marc-Andre Pinky backdoor. He couldn't get that off. We're nearly tied there. Now Zubel send that back in. Pinky down low. Goal for the Dynamo there, making it 2-1. Nearly tied his shot. Puff got a piece of it. Great save there. Zub, the captain, with the goal, and Pylon King, or You See Me Twin, with the primary assist. And their team has cut the Wildlife lead in half here. They still lead the series 1-0, though, looking to close this out and head to the winner's bracket. Pylon King up to Pinky, now up to Delphin. Great passing play. Delphin rips it up high over the crossbar. And past Puff. Pinky. Pass down low. Pylon King there. Blocked in front. Pinky recovers it, but lost it here. Marcus will try and clear this. The former GM and teammate in D3 will collide their sticks here. Marcus still has the puck. Got Mitch backdoor. Spinorama move, you would think. Can't get that off, though. With his back to the net there, would have been absolutely electric. And a pass up to Delphin on the blue line just goes by him. And the Wildlife are back the other way. 3 minutes remaining in period 3. Great stick by Zub. Up to Michkov. He's got options. Pass for Canadian all the way across the offensive zone. Just missed. And it could be a rush here for the Dynamo. Zub stepping in. Great back check. Delphin steps in. Cuts to his backhand, and Marcus will defend that cleanly. And they send it back in. Hits the stick of Michkov. Here come the Wildlife. It's Michkov. Plenty of back checkers. They harass him there. Damocles will swat that out. And back come the Dynamo. Taken away by Canadian. This is back and forth action here. Canadian. He's loose. Could have a shot. He goes for the handles. And Damocles says no. Miku picks it up for the Wildlife again. A long stretch shot. Damocles will swat that away. Now Marcus down low. Got Michkov at the slot there. Delphin takes it away. And it's out to absolutely nobody but Puff. He'll play it. Delphin in his own end here. Rims it around to Zub. Zub out to Pylon King to nobody but Michkov. And they'll battle for it. Canadian picks it up. Sent in the neutral zone here. Cross there. Catch by Pinky, but it's off his stick. And it's back to Michkov. 1.5 minutes remaining in period 3 of game 2. The Wildlife just, as I said, 1.5 minutes away from seeing the winner's bracket in the PHL Winter Tournament. Dynamo not out of it yet, though. Just down 1 goal here. Pinky 50s with Canadian. And Delphin picks it up for the Dynamo. It's out to Zub. Plenty of room. 1.10 minutes remaining now. Zub's got options. He cuts in. Shoots it! Scores! What a ripper by Zub! And it tied at 2.
Well, it's Groundhog Day again. In that we are repeating history and events over again. Not much to say beyond that.
We are tied at 2, around the same time as well, like last half of the game here. Second half of the game, I should say. And another chance there for the Wildlife trying to get their lead back. Miku throws it to the front, and we are tied at 2. It's all the way back to Michkov. 45 seconds away from seeing back-to-back overtimes here. Hopefully they have their lines picked out this time and we won't reset, but we'll see what happens as Michkov will set this back to Marcus. Marcus looking for his teammate there, Canadian, but it goes all the way back to Delphin. 28 to go in this period. The goal this time to Zub once again, and Delphin with the primary assist, and the Kokomo Dynamo have tied this game at 2. At 1 minute remaining, backdoor! Saved by Puff! Marc-Andre Pinky had a 6x4, just put it a little too wide. It was on goal, but gave plenty of time for Puff to make that save, and it's a good one. Oh my god. One last shot, Pylon King whiffs it, and we are heading to extra time here tonight. Once again.
Let's see if we get a second overtime as well, and an electric one at that, as I feel that I'm having to draw on previous things I've said, make this a reality, and even freakier than it already is.
Welcome to the Freak Show, everybody. It's PHL. We're tied at 2 once again. The Wildlife lead the series 1-0. One goal away from taking their team to the winner's bracket. The Dynamo trying to force a game 3 in this series. 2 Dynamo there fighting for the puck. Canadian comes up with the dough for the Wildlife. They'll have a 50 at center ice, and Zub will go all the way back to play it in his own end. Zub in his own zone here. Plenty of snow falling on the ice here. As gotta get plenty of Zambonis out here in the PHL Stadium as Zub now plays it at center ice. Zub, one-man show here. Shoots, stop, rebound in front for Delphin. Great defense by Michkov. Takes that chance away. Now Canadian, nice move. Harassed by the back checker, though, for the Dynamo. And Zub will rim this around to Delphin. Zub with the puck. Or Delphin, excuse me. Nice pass, looking for Pylon King. Just missed him. Puff will come out to play it. Oops, they battle at center ice here. Got a good look at Damocles there. Was not necessary, though, as we're... Marcus will chase this down, but Zub is there first. Stretch pass finds Pylon King. Looking for his goal of the series. He has 1 assist so far. Still looking for his first goal here. Marcus tries to get around Zub. He can't. And Zub will take this in his own end. Canadian picks it up on the half boards. Great defense by Zub, but Michkov will chase it down. Keeps possession alive for the Wildlife. Cross to Marcus. Canadian will chase this down, but Zub's going to be there first. As just to make sure we are playing a 3-on-3 in this one as well. Honestly, we had special guest Ren, the rules analyst, come on last night, I believe, in that crazy stream we had. And he said he doesn't even know, basically. He didn't say that, but he implied that. So 3-on-3, 4v4, we're here for the show. We're here in OT. It's 3v3 this time around. As Dalfan has it in his own end. Again, this is just a scary 3-on-3 lineup for the Dynamo. And you can't underestimate the WCPL players here for the Wildlife. All very talented. The So Canadian guys just really looking good here in this game. As Pylon King just levels Marcus there in front of his own goalie. Now Pylon takes it away. Pylon King's big moment, though. He overhandles it, and Dalfan will recover the loose change here. It's Dalfan on the boards here in the neutral zone. Got room here. He cuts. No one to pass to, though. Less guys on the ice for the Dynamo, so you gotta make passes a little more with a lot of room here. Zub picks it up on the point. Here comes Zub. Rips it. Blocked by Canadian. Zub could wrap. He'll drop it, but nobody there. And here come the West Coast Wildlife. It's Marcus. Over center ice. Over the blue line. Shot down low. Tipped by Michkov. Can't get that off, though. He throws it to the center, but Marcus was backwards. And he's back at center ice. It's So Canadian here. Up to Michkov. On the boards. Back to Canadian. Marcus picks it up. Slap shot. Whipped it. Now it could be an odd-man rush here for the Dynamo. Looking to close this game. Dalfan. Pass. Saved by Puff.
Puff doing an outstanding job for the Wildlife in this game and for the series as a whole to just keep them in it.
Beautiful save there by Puff on the back door as he keeps his team in it. Canadian has it back the other way, one-on-one, tries to cross over Zub. You don't get to do that against Zub. And he has it. Cross now, Pylon King there waiting. Needs to get some speed here. He'll pass out, looking for Dalfan. Just missed, though. And Puff will... Ooh, he'll think about coming out. Probably better that he doesn't there. And Canadian will play the puck off the rim. On the half boards. Cross pass there. Intercepted by Zub. Here comes Zub. Don't give him space. He scores with the space. And we're seeing game 3.
Almost a buzzer beater there, but I was about to say, like Toronto sports franchises, you can predict the outcome of this game, but Zub saying, nope, no, you cannot predict the outcome of this game. and sends it to game 3 as we go there, and we'll get started on game 3. Let's hope we have a different outcome this time and not a 2-2 tie that goes into overtime again.
Shots in that game were 12-4 in favor of the Dynamo, so I'm super eager to see what happens here for a final game 3. And as you said, Ali, absolutely right. We don't want to be here for too long as much as we love puck. We'll see what happens with that. So, oh dear, man. So a best of 3 series here. Both teams have a win. The Dynamo just took their first win of this series, and just like that, it's tied at 3, and this is a do or die game 3. Ali, any predictions?
Honestly, it could go either way, but I'm gonna make a prediction right now. I think we might go to overtime on this one.
Ready for part 2 of that question. What do you think the score will be, if you had any intuition on that, Ali?
A 3-2.
3-2 is a fair guess here as puck drop is underway. Maybe not a false drop here. What do they pay these refs, man? We're getting some game votes here. The Wildlife, the home team, blue on your minimap, are ready for their face-off. At center ice here, Canadian and Zub will face off. It goes to the Dynamo zone. Here in game 3, do or die for these two teams. Of course, you're not dead if you lose this. You'll go to the redemption bracket, but the winner will go to the shiny winners bracket here in the winter tournament. Zub off to the races early in this game, harassed by the defense. And Marcus will come with the Zub getting aggressive, lays out Miku. Oh, man. Huge hit there, puts him on his wallet. Now Delphan picks it up. Shoots one way high and wide, a puff. Energetic start here for the Dynamo, trying to get up early and defy the odds here of them going down 2-0 in the game. And Mitchkov has it at center ice for the Wildlife. Here comes Mitchkov. Pass out looking for Canadian, just missed. Well, Ali, from both teams so far, you can tell there's a lot of energy to start this third game, more than the first 2 games in my opinion, from both squads here. They're looking to get this going here as Delphan in his own end. We'll slow this down here. Gets around Canadian nicely there. And Delphan, number 92. The fans screaming his name in the audience. Stretch pass out to Pylon King. Nearly goes to Zub, the trailer. But it trickles away from him, and Delphan will play it once again. The fans continue to cheer. Turnover here. Canadian has shot. Great save by Damocles. And the Dynamo pick it up again. It's up and out looking for Miku there. Just missed him. Zaza will play it. Rims it around the board. Zub picks it up. Zub behind Puff in the offensive zone for the Dynamo. Taken away by Mitchkov. Now Pylon's there with the shot. Delphan there tries to keep it in. And Marcus could be gone 2-0 here. Marcus and Mitchkov. Here come the Caribou. Scores! You like that one?
Getting a bit of a reference to last season with the Caribou in there, as yes, it is Marcus and Mitch on the breakaway, reminding us there as Wildlife get one up on a great 2-0 there.
The boys getting it done, waving to the Caribou fans in the crowd as they are up 1-0 here. It's the Wildlife this time around, not the Caribou. And 2-0 score is 1-0 Wildlife lead. Delphan with the puck in his own end. I would just wonder who's going to score the second goal here, Elliot. It's hard to say. But we'll see if the one particular team here, not going to say which one will defy those odds. You never know here is Mitchkov up to Canadian. Here we go, just like the script wrote. Oh, stopped by Damocles. The script writer's looking to get involved there, but Damocles says no. Marcus a shot there, blocked by Delphan. He'll try and clear this out at center ice. Mitchkov to Marcus. Back to Mitchkov. Taken away by Pylon. Chip up the boards to himself. Zaza running it down. Zaza seeing his first time back on the ice in this game. One tipped in front. Puff maybe got a piece of it and it goes out. Actually, he did not get a piece of it as the shot did not register there. That shot by Zub hits the side of the goal. Now it's in the slot. Zuba's shot sicked away by Puff. Still not going to count as a shot for the Dynamo here. Zub spins down low. Delphin's there. He can't really get the puck, though. He had an awkward amount of speed. And now Zub's going to play it, try and keep it in. Canadian picks that off. Zaza in front. Zub's there! Over the net! It's on top! Where's the puck going? And it trickles on top of the goal and out, and they will clear it.
Hockey gods correcting everything they can to write the script for this one.
Mitchkov has it. Delphin down low. Delphin spins, trying to get around the defense. Zaza trying to poke in like a knife. He can't. As I mentioned, Zaza out there for the first time since game 1. We haven't seen Uncle Beluski out there in a while. Marcus shoots down low. Save! Oh, rebound to Mitchkov. Put it wide. As he had some real estate there. Now it's up to Zaza 13. Zaza number 13. Harassed by Miku. Great defense by Miku, but the Red Squad here, the Dynamo, will keep it in. That is a hard word, man. Dynamo today. Zub has it. Zub and Zaza, 2 Z's as well as this team. Good lord, guys. What are we doing to me here? As Zub will put it on top of the goal. Pop is panicking. They're swinging their sticks around like lightsabers here. An episode of Star Wars, and it goes all the way back out to Delphin. Oh, man. Now it's up and across here in the neutral zone. Here come the Dynamo. It's Zub. Drops it to Pylon. Pylon on the slot there. Doesn't find Delphin. He'll chase it down at center ice here. And that's going to do it for period 1. 1-0 is your score. Wildlife lead game 3. Whew. The snow really coming down here. Face-off underway in period 2. The Wildlife lead 1-0 in this do-or-die game 3. Zub has it. Gets around Miku. He's on the boards. Has the drop open. Elects not to take it. He'll go around to Zaza. Zaza drop pass looking for Delphin. Picked off by Canadian. And it goes back to the zone of Puff here for the Wildlife. Rocking their WCPL jerseys. Got to be the first ever crossover there. Shot saved by Puff. Not sure who ended up getting a stick on that, but Puff did make a save. Delphin cutting in. Nice moves. He scores.
And the Dynamo finally rewrite the script as they tie up the game in the second period.
That was
the
pretty.
script is broken. The writers are scrambling to try to find a new plot thread, and we have a new game series finally.
One to one. We don't see that very often here in this series, at least. Shots are tied 2-2, as is the score here. Delphin. The fans go wild in the crowd here for the visitors, and Delphin, a beautiful goal there to tie this up for the Dynamo. As it's rimmed around to Canadian. Delphin with that goal, and none other than Zub with the primary assist here for the Dynamo. Now Delphin in his own end. It's got to feel good for him. And now cross pass to Zaza. Great feed back to Pylon King, and they score. Lost for words on that passing play, and they're up 2-1.
Dynamo coming alive, and they're clearly showing that they do not want to go down without a fight and show that they can even move on here. Great play by the Dynamo.
Beautiful passing play there. I was a loss for words on what was even happening. It was so fast. And the Dynamo lead 2-1 here. Shots 3-2 in favor of the Dynamo now. And that is going to be the first goal of this series for Pylon King, as his name so long goes over the scoreboard there. And Zaza with the primary assist, his first point of this series. Now it's back behind Puff. We have an update from Uncle Bluesky. They got me on a minutes restriction because of his age. Oh, man. He has to get off the ice to take his pills, then he can come back on here. He's got them in a Monday through Friday container there. 7-day container as Delfin has it. Backward skating. Nice move. Stopped by Puff. Flashy dangles by Delfin, but Puff says no. And now Mitchkov bumpers off the boards. Past the Canadian. Cut off those. Zub back the other way. It's been all Dynamo here. Shoot. Stopped by Puff. Great save. Now Marcus will try and get this out. Delfin took a tumble here. And now Mitchkov. He's back in. Pass to Marcus. Great defense there. Bumps the puck off of Marcus. And now Zub back the other way for the Dynamo. Nice pass. Delfin. He's in. Saved by Puff. Great one there. Delfin on the boards. Harassed by Marcus. They still battle for it. Marcus comes up with it. Or Canadian, excuse me. And now Zub has the puck here for the Dynamo. He wraps it and scores! The Mishi!
Dynamo really coming alive here in this game, and definitely running the scoreboard up and making as much room for any mistakes possible. 3-1 game going into it.
That was filthy. This game feeling much different than the first two. Dynamo up, as you said, up 3-1 here. Shots are 8-2 in favor of them. Zaza looking to make it 9 and maybe a fourth goal, but the defense comes up with it for the Wildlife here as they try and get this going. Still plenty of time for them. It's in the Dynamo zone. The goal this time goes to Zub, and Pylon King with the primary assist for the Dynamo's third goal of this contest. That's center ice now. Pylon King there. He'll get the rush going. He's got speed. He can let it go. Blocked. And Pylon King gets it back. Pylon. Back around. Zub has it. Zub double hits it in the air. What a play that was. Zaza behind his own end. Or net, excuse me. Not his own, but the visitor's net. Pylon King there. He'll find some ice here. He can let it go. Just wide. Rebound in front. It's nearly behind Puff. Zaza hacking and whacking. Zub there. Saved by Puff. Chaos all around Puff as it's all the way back to Damocles now for the first time in a minute here. And Zub picks up that pass. Here comes Zub. The Dynamo with speed again. Zub. Pass across off the pad. Saved by Puff. Rebound in the slot. Zub trying to finish it. He's down low. Thought about cutting in there. He's going for another Mishi, and save is made by Puff. Miku in his own end will miss the puck there. 25 to go in period 2. The Wildlife down 3-1 here. They'll need 2 goals to get this even. Here comes Canadian looking to get one. He shoots it up and wide of Damocles. Delfin in his own end. Getting the rush started here up to Pylon at center. Marcus is there. Marcus shots. That's blocked. Another one there. Down low. Nearly through the 5-hole of Damo. And that'll do it for period 2. Water will be in my esophagus at this time.
Yeah. We're seeing a new team in the Dynamo, and we're seeing the Wildlife just trying to hold on to what was a 1-0 lead in the series early on.
Face off underway here. 3-1 is your score in game 3. Here comes Delfin looking for another. They deck. Mitchkov saved by Puff there. What a sequence. And Delfin has it. Harassed there. Canadian will chase this down for the Wildlife. Just 2 shots on goal. Now, being outshot 10-2 here in this game. Canadian will play it. Looking to get some shots going. That's where you want to start here if you're the Wildlife. Get some shots on goal and maybe one will go in. Miku will play it. Up and around there. Canadian picks it up for the Wildlife. In this game 3 here in a best-of-3 series, tied at 1 apiece. Miku has it. He'll try and pass this Canadian there. Takes a shot. It's blocked. And Pylon King will get this up and out for the Dynamo. It's in their end now. Puff's going to come out to play it. He'll send it out. Taken away by Pylon. Here he comes. Puff's back in the crease. Saved by Puff there. Fantastic save. But Dynamo still have it here. It's Zoob, the captain, looking for another Mishi. The defense is all over him this time. He'll try and baseball swing it. Miku is there, though, to say no. And Canadian will get this out to center, or at least I thought he would. Zaza had something to say about that. Zaza, he's our man, or whatever they say in chat. Whatever the kids say nowadays is, it's a cross here. Delphin nearly own goals it. Tip the pass away. Mitchkov throws it on top of the goal. Baseball swing there by Zoob. And now Pylon King number 16 with the puck. PHL legend on the suspensions and timeouts chat there, as Pylon King will send a deep. Puff will play it off the invisible ceiling here. Mitchkov will help out. 2.5 remaining here in period 3. The Dynamo lead this game 3-1 and shots 12-2. Good Lord, the gap just keeps expanding here. Zaza.
Dynamo really taking it in and really solidifying their dominance of this game and making sure that they get the win here.
Taken away by Canadian. Canadian and Marcus, they can get going here if they hurry. Canadian on the boards. Drop taken away by Delphin. Great read there. Delphin oftentimes regarded as one of the smartest players in puck. Has a great read there off the pad of Damocles. Nearly into trouble there for the Dynamo. And it's back out over the blue line. Zaza chases that down, but he's out of fuel. And great pickup by Pylon King with some space. He's got a goal in this game so far. Tries to beat Marcus. He can't, but Delphin picks it up. A jump shot goes wide. Pylon King jumping and swinging at the puck. It's not going to happen that time, though, as Mitchkov will take this over center here. Mitchkov across. Marcus there. Marcus off the boards. It takes a Latvian bounce there, maybe, off the corner of the board. There, a shot goes way wide of Damocles. Now Delphin has this puck in his own end. Chips it out. He's got Pylon King looking for a break. The defense takes that away, though. Here come the Wildlife here. Pass across in the slot, taken away by the defense. And Zoob will chase this down. It's up to Zaza on the blue line. Bumped by Marcus. A minute remaining here in game 3. The Wildlife got to get something going here. Just 2 shots on goal. One of them was a goal, but you're down 2 here. Banked off the board. Zaza has it. Cross for Pylon. Just missed him. Zoob will chase it down for the Dynamo on the offensive end. Zoob. He's in. Thought about a Michigan, you would think there, but way too much traffic. As Miku finds him there. Zoob will send that out and kill some time away. 30 seconds remaining in this game. Delphin has it. He'll wrap around his own goalie here. Delphin getting the rush started. Sent out to center ice here. Over the red line. Back in. 17 to go. Bumper play. Here come the Wildlife. Miskov. Back to Canadian over his stick. 10 to go. And you think that's going to do it. It's at center ice.
Like it with 5 seconds left. One last chance. And that will do it for the game.
That is a one last ditch effort there for the Wildlife. A shot goes way wide. And as you mentioned, now they have lost to the Dynamo, who take this series 2-1. What a series. Long, but not too long. So we lucked out there, I'll be honest.
Definitely lucked out with the game. Is that series was electric. I don't know about you with that.
Yeah, that was
fantastic.
fantastic.
Despite the scripted first 2 games, we got some pretty neat stuff there at the end, and very locked in game from the Dynamo. But congratulations to them.
So the Dynamo will move on to play a fellow winning team in their division. That's to be determined. I believe there's still games going on, and the Wildlife, their matchup in the redemption bracket is TBD as well here. But I believe today wraps up the week 2 festivities. I could be wrong though. Honestly, I have no idea. That master sheet, it is, it's fine. They did good for the amount of different types of games there are in this tournament. There's a lot, and it is going to be, for whichever team takes it all, it's going to be a adventure, to say the least, a journey through many brackets. So this is just the start, and there's 2 great teams, one of which is going to the winners bracket, and a great team as well going to the redemption bracket. There's going to be some great matchups in there as well. Anything else from you tonight, Ali?
No, I think that's it really.
Well, everybody, my name was Log, joined by Alley Cat in the booth. We hope you all have a great night again. Keep an eye on those scores here. This is I believe the one and only stream we have for you guys tonight. But stay tuned for more PHL Winter Tournament action in the near future. Goodbye.
Stay tuned.
Oof.